Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to some career mode goodness. And we're back. Unfortunately, as you guys can see, our center back Lovren is currently out injured. I believe he's out for a little bit longer. He should be coming back relatively soon though, but we had a game against Sunderland and that's what we were focusing on. I played out a very strong squad, possibly the strongest that I have at the moment. Obviously Perrot stepping in for Lovren, but besides that, a very strong team. And it's mainly just because this is the Capital One quarterfinal, and as always, I want silverware, and I'm going to be putting out a very strong squad throughout this this cup, the FA Cup, and you know, those sort of ones, because I'm not going to take those lightly. Although I did win, I think it was the FA Cup last season, so it's going to be important that I do just as well this time round. But yeah, you know, I went 1-0 up against Sunderland. I felt very much in control. The team was passing very well. Their fitness was actually alright, so for that reason, you know, I felt they were a lot more responsive and things. Merkel there with a fantastic little fake shot into the middle of the box and manages to whittle some room and fires that one into the left-hand side of the net. And those goals tend to go in so often for me. The ones where you're kind of at a 90-degree angle and you just shoot and they just go into the far netting. Yeah, that happens for me a lot of the time, and there Neymar's pace manages to you know, catch the defenders out, and he'd get to it just before the keeper does. And fortunately for me, Neymar was good enough to bury that in the back of the net. I decided to bring on Royce just as a substitute there, just after halftime, I think it was. And that kind of leads me on to my next topic or discussion, which is the way I'm using Royce. So one person in the comments on my last video actually said that he used Royce, and Royce is now a 92 rated player for him, and that I should play Royce more often. And you know, I would love to play Royce more often, but in fact, he's actually a really solid player. But I think my starting three at the moment are better than Royce. And don't get me wrong, guys, I am playing Royce quite frequently. In fact, you know, I do bring him as a substitute, and if there's anyone who's, you know, starting to dip with a bit of fitness, then he's immediately the first guy I put on to replace. So, you know, he is getting good game time, and a lot of people are saying I kind of leaving him to rot on the bench. And I personally don't think that's the case at all. You know, I feel as though I'm giving him a solid game time. He's getting to play quite a few games. And as I said previously, you know, I am looking to bring on more substitutes throughout the game. And as you can see there, that actually paid off, because Royce did go and get himself a goal when he came on as the impact substitute. I know that he doesn't have the most pace in the game, but when you bring on someone who's like fully fit and ready to go, about 60-70 minutes into the game, the opponent's defenders are just so slow and tired that you will rip them apart. But Swansea go through as well, so that was kind of a shock result against Arsenal. And I've got my next game, I believe it's against Cardiff or Nottingham Forest. I didn't exactly check there, but as you can see there, my Japanese guy came back, gave me some really good players to take a look at. I believe I only signed one of them though, and the other ones I just decided to continue scouting because I just wanted to get a little bit of a better look at them all. But you know, whenever you see someone with a potential of 94, I'm instantly intrigued, and you know, that can't really go unnoticed because that really does look impressive. So you know, the scout is starting to bring back certain players. It's just going to be a matter of me having to sign them, build them up as players, and selling them onwards. So it's going to require that sort of dedication from me to do it. Again, it's setting it to a 4-4-1-1 default formation, but as always, I go ahead and change it back to a 4-3-3 formation, a false 9-1, where a centre forward fits well, because El Shaarawy does fit really well as a centre forward with the likes of Neymar and Muriel on either side. Or sometimes I'll actually swap El Shaarawy and Muriel around, because they both work just as well as each other. Then I came up against Stoke, who kind of had a bit of a custom formation going on. They played a 4-4-1-1, but their 1-1 was a little bit staggered, so I assume it allowed for certain players to kind of benefit from being a little bit closer to each other. In my opinion, it was more of a 4-4-2 formation, but not according to FIFA. There, El Shaarawy buries a beautiful goal there. He did a bit of a scoop turn to grab himself into some space, and that sort of goal really looks great. You know, he manages to cut it, and again, cutting it back inside to the box, and unfortunately, we don't get a goal there, but it does manage to, you know, he gets a shot, and he gets a shot off target, and again, we're back into possession, and that's so good about my midfield, is that those sort of air balls, we seem to do really well, and Neymar does a fantastic job of holding on to the ball there. I was very impressed with that. And then again, he manages to finish it off as well. So that was really impressive from him. You know, his first touch, his dribbling is just out of this world. It really is cheating on Ultimate, sorry, not on Ultimate Team, on career mode. And I mean, if you can pick him up, obviously the earlier the better, but I picked him up, I think, in the 3rd season. So he's still a fantastic player for me, even though I had to pay a little bit over the odds for him. Muriel there, another goal from that sort of angle, cutting back inside to the box. I mean, that's one of the ways that I found is so easy to score against the computer, is, you know, I don't want to say bomb it down the wings, but kind of play it down to the box, you know, get it out to the edges of the box, onto the, you know, the wings of the box, I suppose, the sidelines, and then just cut back inside and take a shot at the 90-degree angle, and you'll find that more often than not, you're really going to test the keeper. And fortunately for me, I've got a wonderful attacking 3, and they do bury them more often than not. So that's just a little tip for you guys there. And again, Neymar with a fantastic goal there in the 45th minute, and this is turning into an absolutely huge battering match. I mean, Stoke are just getting the Dench sausage at the moment. They are really just getting dicks smacked, whatever you want to call it. I don't even know. I run out of words. But 4-0 at halftime, it just isn't looking good. And I decided, you know, with that sort of comfortable lead, I could afford to make some substitutions there. Goetze, unfortunately, didn't have as much fitness as I had hoped, so I decided to replace him. And I don't know if I bring on Royce at all during this game, but it wouldn't surprise me if I did, because it would be the sort of time that I'd want to bring him on, because it's easy. I don't want to say easy goals, but you know, I'm not going to be losing this, and I'm going to be coming out with 3 points. And in all honesty, it's really important that I get these 3 points, because, you know, I need to start winning a lot. We've seen I've thrown away games. I've thrown away points against Wigan. I've thrown away points to a lot of teams that I really shouldn't have done, and for that reason, I really do need to just get back on the winning streak. Unfortunately for me, though, a few unlucky bounces and things meant that I didn't get to keep my clean sheet, as Kenwyne Jones there, the animal that is, manages to get a goal back, but it was nothing more than a consolation goal, as I won 5-1. That was huge. That was awesome, and I'm really happy with that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Expect an Ultimate Team video later today. I've got some cool players for you guys to take a look at, and some interesting opinions, I suppose. Have a fantastic day, guys. As you know, if you leave this with a like, that's always much appreciated. And yeah, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.